Hi there, welcome back. So today I'm going to show you how to create shapefiles of GHCN stations, means Global Historical Climatology Network. So we saw right in our previous videos that how to create time series data from GHCN text files. So in order to do that, what we need to have a CSV file where we have the list of stations, right, for which you are gonna create that time series using that Python code. So in order to do that, you need to have that, you need to generate that CSV files. So at first, because this data is covering the entire globe, from that globe you have to extract the points that are within your study area. So that is the objective, that how can you select the stations if you have any shapefile or boundary file of your study area using GIS. So let me quickly show you that. So I think that will help you to extract. If you are familiar with GIS, then definitely it will help you to create pretty quickly. If not, then it's not a problem. I'm going to show you that one. You'll do it. Okay, so you saw that this is the link. I'll also put this link in the description below. So if you go to this link, you can download, right? You know by this time how to download this data, but today we are not going to download this data. We'll download this text file. See, GHCND means the daily data for that Global Historical Climatology Network. If I right click and open, it will show you that stations, right? This is basically stations, station number, latitude and longitude. Since it's covering the entire globe, so it is covering from minus 182 plus 180 degree longitude and minus 90 to plus 90 degree longitude, latitude as well. Okay, so how can you do that? Because it's a text file, you can use your wget to copy this one and it will copy directly, right? And you can even copy the entire text and paste as a text file. I'm showing, so I'm copying this. Okay, copy it. So if you have any issues, if you have installed that wget, let me show you. I previously already demonstrated that one. Okay, so CMD, if you already have that installed, you have to type this command CMD, because we need to have that CMD there, right? It is my current directory, and because I already added that software link in my environment variable, so wget, let me check if it works. I don't know, maybe it is working or not. See, it is not working because you have to put the executable in the same directory, then it will work, right? So the same way we mentioned previously, this way. Let me show you if it is there in my download directory. I am not pretty sure. Okay, let's see. In my download directory, maybe I have that, or in my, okay, here maybe it's there. I have to extract that files, because once it's done, I just delete everything. That's what I do. wget, where is the file? That is wget. Or you can even quickly copy and paste. I already mentioned that one. See, here it is. Okay, so if I extract that one, so it will be, yeah, extracting everything there. Okay, it's done. So in order to avoid this complexity, I'm copying that one. Okay, I'm copying and I'm pasting it to my download directory there. And next thing what I have to do, I have to go to this directory cd, and there I am, and now I have access to the executable. And now if I just use that command, right, wget, and if I copy the URL, that URL, right, so I can put it there. Let me just copy it from here. It's there. See, it's downloading now. It's pretty simple. You can use, if you already added that link to your environment variable, then it's pretty easy. Otherwise, what do you have to do? You have to, it is also Control A and Control C. I'm done there, and you can go back to our yeah, there, and you can open a new text file by GHCN, okay, GHCN, and then you can open it and then you can paste it. So either way it will work. See, it is working and it's done, and you have to save it. It's done, and by this time I think we also have downloaded that file as well. Yeah, both of we have that. Okay, so let me just quickly show you that it is there inside our folder GHCN stations. These are both same. We have the file. Okay, so from this file, what we have to do, we have to create that CSV file in order to import this file into our GIS to select right from the map. Otherwise you can't understand which are within your study area. So let me quickly show you that. You have to open Excel. I already mentioned this procedure previously. You have to open one blank Excel sheet, and then data, click on the data and then get data, because the new version of the Excel you can't even import from that CSV or text. It won't give you that option to select the delimiter. Then the best way is to select that get data, and from get data you have to select that legacy wizard. From legacy wizard, click there from text legacy, and if you click on that text legacy, it will show you the ask you the file directory, and I downloaded this file here within that wget. I'm selecting that main file, so I'm importing here. You can see you have to use delimiter. It is not fixed width, so select delimited, and then if you go next, click next, it will show you another option. You have to use separate option, either comma delimited. No, it's not comma delimited, it is maybe space delimited. See, now these are separate, right? Separate files, separate columns. The latitude, file name, longitude, and other properties are now separated. We need only the first three columns, so I'm clicking next and finish. Okay, now I have that columns, and I need only those latitude and longitude and the station name. That's it, and we don't even need the description as well. So if you import this way, that is the problem. So only I need those stations. You can click yeah, you can copy whatever you want, it doesn't matter, or you can select only those three columns or four columns, or even you can select enter, but you have to exclude the first one, because the first column is basically the header. It is by default. You won't be able to delete or copy, so that's why I'm selecting few columns, and then Control and Shift and down arrow, it will go all the way to the down right end, and then you just click copy, and you can create another sheet and we can paste it here. It will be the new one. And what you can do, then you can add, okay, Control plus, and then it will add new rows and station, okay, and then that is the lat, right? That is the y value, that is the long, and then yeah, you can even use any other name, or you can leave it as it is. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm just saving this CSV file as CSV file as well, because we have to import these files. Okay, so how can we do that? Right, see, save as, and then I'm saving anywhere. Okay, so you have to save to that directory where we have access to your GIS, because that directory or folder has to be added to your GIS. Okay, otherwise you won't be able to get access. So I'm just saving these files, and okay, I can do that in my, okay, I'm putting it inside there, and maybe within that, let me check document. Okay, Galveston Bay, I'm putting it inside that one, and book one or GHCN. Okay, GHCN, and that shouldn't be XLX, and this should be CSV, right? We know that is comma delimited CSV. I'm selecting that one. These are pretty simple step. Okay, so we have that CSV. If I just minimize those, and if I want to open what is inside, it's there in my document and Galveston Bay, and here it is, GHCN, because I know this directory where it is located. So I can just even close this one, and I can open it again. You will see that it is fresh one. Okay, so that's it. We need only this latitude, longitude, and this one we don't need. This one we can put 1, 2, 3 or any other, because these are the address where it is located. I'm closing this one and I'm just copying this link, okay, and I'm opening GIS. If you already have installed GIS, that's pretty good. If you don't have, so I'm creating another tutorial series. I'll show you how to install that, and I'll show you how to do the basic operations in GIS, right? Okay, so here it is. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna even select how many stations I have within my study area, right? Within that study area, because I have this bay, it is called Galveston Bay. And if you want to see the bird's eye view, see, so I'm gonna select whatever I have within that bay. Okay, these are the bay watershed. It is called Galveston Bay. If I import the file, that will cover the entire world, and out of this many stations, I'll select only those stations that will be within that shapefiles. Okay, so that's why you need to have your shapefile as well. And I'm gonna remove everything from this one, and let's see. So you have to click on that plus sign, right? And then it will ask you to select that CSV file, right? I'm adding, and here it is GHCN. Then it will be added. See, here it is already there. And if I open the table, it is showing that table, right? Since we don't have the header, so it is already adding that field 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. So here it is, we need that. But how can we create that point shapefile, right? We have to create that. So if you right click there, and if you just select display XY data, and out of XY data, see, it is already it detected. See, the X field means the longitude, it is the long, I mentioned that, right, the header. Otherwise it would automatically, because it can read, right, the range of the values, and then it can detect which column is which one. Okay, so it automatically detected that one, that is the longitude, and that is the latitude. We don't have the Z value or the elevation or any third value. If you want to display any other values like your station correlation or any other values, you can add that column. It will show you that one. We don't need. But here it is getting the coordinate system. It is the geographic coordinate system, and the geographic coordinate system, but it is in 1983, but the recent one is the 1984. You may have to convert it to that one. If you want to do that, you can go to edit and you can select that. Okay, so I'm just putting it as it is, and let's see if it is going to show the overlay map there. And I'm clicking OK, and it's gonna show everything. See, these are the stations. If I just zoom out, you will see it is covering the entire, not only USA, it's covering the entire world as well. So out of these many stations, you see, it is covering the entire USA, not only the USA, even it is everywhere, right? Other part of the world. See, everywhere. You can see these are the GHCN stations. So wherever, and yeah, wherever your stations are or your study area is, you can easily select those stations within your study area, and you can even run your hydrologic model. Some people sometimes they ask, I don't have that much observation station within my study area, so how can I run HKSMS model? So you can use that GHCN, because that is the most prevalent data you can use, and it is also accurate because these are the observed data set, right? And it's covering the entire globe. So if you know all these processes for any location or any area or any region of the world, you can do it for the other part of the world as well. So what I have to do now, my main goal is to select only those stations that are within that study area. Okay, so you can select both way. I'm just selecting, because if you have the shapefile, the outer boundary, you can easily do that, right? So I'm just quickly showing you how to select. If you can select all those, you can select different way, right? I already mentioned that one. You can select. Okay, now I activated only this shapefile of my study area, that is Galveston Bay. We have this Galveston Bay here. That is the bay, and that is basically the Gulf of Mexico, right? We know that. And my idea is to select by location. Here, if we click on that selection tool on the from the menu bar here, right, selection and select by location, then it will ask you which one you want to select. But before going to do that, we have to make the shapefile of the GHCN stations. Now it is not shapefile, it is just displaying. Okay, so in order to do that, click on that ghcn.csv and data, and then export. If you want to export and it is asking where you have to save it, okay, you can save it to anywhere, your default there, or you can go back to one directory, and you can even, yeah, you can select anywhere within that bay map. I'm creating one file here, new file, that GHCN shapefiles, GHCN shapefiles. Okay, so you can add more files there. Inside that one, I'm just selecting here that, okay, this is GHCN stations. Okay, that's it. And you have to make it as a shapefile, not, it should be shapefile, not this one. Okay, so I created this file inside that default geodatabase. I shouldn't do that because that is the geodatabase. Inside that geodatabase, I can't select that. So NWM rich, or yeah, NWM rich, I can, still it is showing that geodatabase file, but I don't need to do that. What I need to select the other, yeah, geodatabase files, then I can only do that. Okay, so instead of doing that, what I can do, let me quickly show you those processing as well. It is showing this table, that table, text file. Okay, I don't need that. I'm canceling it again, and I'm just selecting wherever it is, okay, as whatever name is, and it's just creating. See, we have this much station, 118k, more than 118k. Do you want to add this? Yeah, definitely I want to add that to my stations, and I don't need, yeah, it may be already added to my, let's see if it is there. Is it there? Okay, so we have to create from this one. Okay, so select those one, and yeah, this way it will work. Definitely it will work. By this time, let me do some of the tasks there. Maybe I have something to delete. Okay, because it is just eating all my space from my C drive. We have many stations. Yeah, now we added that one. I'm just deleting the previous one to make it faster. Okay, and I don't need that one. I'm removing that one as well. So I have that GHCN. I can rename that. Go to property, and then general and GHCN. So it will be GHCN. You can understand that. If I want to change the shape, you can do that, and you can change the size as well. I'm selecting this way. These are the GHCN stations. So what I have to do, I have to select only those stations that are within our study area. So what is the way, right? How can I do that? So select, and then selection by attribute. So I'm going to select feature from GHCN. I'm selecting that one, and what I need to do, you can remember the name of the Galveston Bay watersheds, and you have to select, right, that Galveston watershed, and that should be within, completely within our study area, right, or completely within the source layer feature. Then if you apply, it will select, right, it already selected. So these are the stations that are within our study area. And what we have to do, once we have the selection, you can right click again, and you can go to data, and then export data, and then even you can select where, see, we have that, these are these stations at that one. So here GHCN and Galveston. Okay, Galveston, and that will be our shapefile for that location, and I'm saving that. Okay, yeah, and I'm saving that. I'm just okay. And if I turn off the previous one, it is showing only those fields within my study area. If you want to change that, yeah, you can do that. I'm putting it that way. So I have these stations, and if you right click, if you open attribute table, you can see how many stations we have. We have like 317 because it is 16 and it started from 0. So we have 317 stations within that small. It is not small, but it is a very local region, right, compared to the entire state or a big region. So now we have the station name, we have the latitude, we have the longitude, and we can even create that CSV file right now, right, to extract data only for these stations. So how can I do that? You can do that easily if you just go to that Arc toolbox, and then we have one option that can convert from table to XLS, and then we can create that. So I have another module that can directly convert to CSV. So let me find that one. So you may download that one. You can search for that tool. I have that tool. I'm adding that tool. Let me find that tool if I have. Hopefully Excel tool. So that one that will directly convert to CSV. But the built-in tool we have here in GIS, it will only convert to Excel. Okay. So I'm adding that one. Open, taking a while. Maybe it's already added. Let's see. Yeah, so this one, okay, Excel and CSV conversion tool. So what I'm gonna do, table to CSV. If I click on that one and it's asking for the table, which one we need, I need that GHCN Galveston, right? Because that's what I'm gonna do right now. And yeah, it's gonna save there as CSV. If I wanna copy that directory so that I can go to that quick directory quickly, so I'm clicking OK, and it's done. It's already created that. Let me show you what we have there. Now hopefully we'll, okay, there, right? Maybe it's there or where it is. Let me just oh, it's opening. Oh, it's there, okay, and it's opened. See, we have that. Now we only have the 317 stations, and it is in that shape. First column FID, second column is the station, and the code is written that way, and we don't need the other one. We need only the station name, and it will extract that time series from this CSV file if you just take this CSV file as input file. So this is how we can create the shapefile of your shapefile of GHCN stations for your study area, right? It doesn't matter irrespective of the location. It may be located anywhere, right, within this world, and you will see in the map that, yeah, if we have at least few stations, then you can use those stations to interpolate your precipitation data to make basin average precipitation, and then you can use those precipitation for running any hydrologic model, for example, HEC-HMS model, right? Or for any other model, definitely you can even validate your model as well. These are the precipitation data. If you want to compare the precipitation, these are the observed precipitation gauge data. And if you have any other precipitation data, so you can even compare. And if you want to run your model for different forcing and using different precipitation, so you can even compare which one is giving you the most accurate result, right? Because we use precipitation to generate runoff or stream flow. We use precipitation and we compare the runoff from the model simulation with the observation. So if your precipitation data is overestimated and it is wrong, definitely your stream flow will be also wrong or overestimated or underestimated. So you have to fix that way. If your input data or the forcing are wrong, then your simulation won't be accurate, right? So that's why you have to understand how to do all this processing. So in this tutorial, you already have idea about how to extract, right, this shapefile for your study area, and you know already, if you want to see the previous video where I demonstrated how to extract that time series for specific stations. Now you have the stations and you can create the time series. We only need time series for importing this time series, right, to our model. So that's it. If you have any query or question or difficulty, you can let me know, and you can figure it by yourself as well. So thank you for watching and stay safe. See you in the next tutorial.